Hello, boys and girls. We've got another installment in the Matthew Buckley Talks music series for you fine folks on the internet. Today, we'll be looking at another hip hop album. This is The Professionals. And this was released last January, in January of 2020. And this is, I personally, to myself, refer to this album as Madlib and Oh No are the Professionals, because it is just that, a collaborative album between Madlib, whom I discussed last video, his new album, Sound Ancestors. It's a collaborative album between him and his younger brother, who works under the name Oh No. And it's very, very solid. The two have collaborated on stray tracks over the years prior, this being their first full-length album together. Beats produced entirely by Madlib, and Oh No provides solid, if not exactly staggering rhymes. I discussed Madlib in my previous album review, hip-hop producer extraordinaire and a true music lover. His brother, Oh No, born Michael Woodrow Jackson in November 6th, 1978, so about 4 years or so younger than Madlib, grew up in the same household as his older brother and would follow in his musical footsteps. He formed a group, Cali Wild, in the late 90s. It collaborates with esteemed hip-hop producer Alan Mamon, better known as The Alchemist, in their hip-hop duo Gang Green. And he's released at least 8 solo albums since 2004, mostly on Stone's Throw Records, as well as collaborative albums with hip-hop group Strong Arm Steady, and rappers like Tri-State, Prince Poe, and Blue, to name a few. He is also, apparently, I didn't know this until doing this research, a big gamer. He has made beats entirely out of video game samples. He's remixed video game soundtracks. And I did know this. He co-produced the original score for Grand Theft Auto 5. So he's definitely no slouch in the company of somebody with a work ethic like his brother Madlib. But on to the music. Side 1 begins with My House, which starts with a very exciting jazzy flourish and a voice asking, "Are you ready for showtime?" But the rest, most of the rest of the intro is chiefly made up of samples of very coarse dialogue and insults. After about a minute of the explicit introduction, the prose kicks in with, putting it bluntly, a banging beat indeed. Oh No drops some heavy bars, and the tune closes out with a pretty entertaining spoken word sample. You Ben, we already done flew up in there. Just some real goofy shit. Payday is a real, as I say, road coasting tune. Head bobbing beat and hungry raps. A fun, if not exactly catchy chorus. Payday day day day, payday day 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 day. Give and Take may be my favorite track. Is one of my favorite tracks on the album for sure. A bass heavy, very bass heavy groove, full of soulful vocal samples and confident raps. This is the kind of Madlib that has kept me coming back to check out what he's doing, year after year. After another coarse spoken interlude, Superhumans kicks off with a tight drum beat and quick, hard rapping featuring Eljai and Chino XL. Another head-bobbing car riding tune to be certain. Buggin' is a great beat. Very cool keyboards are the backbone of the song. And the raps take kind of a call and response format, with Ono rapping back and forth against two voices, a low-pitched and a high-pitched pair of voices that continually ask him favors and other questions. Why are you working so hard? Why your parents name you MJ? It's a pretty cool track. CDP Smackdown is a lively but still dusty Madlib beat. Lots of cuts, record scratch sounds. Another perfect late night road coasting head bobbing tune. Sounds classic Madlib. And side one. Side two starts off with Timeless Treasure, which is a really unique beat for Madlib. It's not like it's a total departure, but I can't think of too many beats of his that really remind me of this particular one. It's still, as I often say with hip-hop, I like groovy car riding music, which makes you nod your head. There's some very cool vocal samples throughout the song, little earworms. I Just Wanna is a slow, seductive groove, soulful R&B style, ready for dim lights in the bedroom. Great song. It gives me heavy Common vibes, Common the rapper. Way Too Long is a definite, classic, dusty Madlib beat. Soulful vocal samples punctuated by bass-heavy grooves, sprinkled with solid raps. It closes with a pretty funny spoken word comedy sample about smoking weed. Another contender for favorite track on the album. It's definitely up there. Make Do has the best intro out of all the songs on the album and is definitely one of my favorite beats on the album. Out of this world vocal samples and real uplifting vibes. The sound of hope is embodied in this chorus. The verses just don't quite do it for me. The beat feels like it's on pause, or, almost metaphorically like, a record that's just kind of like skipping, but you almost don't notice that it's playing the same part over and over again. But it feels the verses only as the verses conclude and head into the chorus does the beauty really reemerge from the beat. Still a great song. Tired Atlas begins with some pretty great raps ranting about presidents of the last 30 years before basically saying, dead presidents, i.e. money, are more important. Another road coasting head bobber. Dishonored Valor might be the lightest. The last track, I should say, Dishonored Valor, might be the lightest on bass out of every track on the album. Not exactly the most gripping, especially musically, but probably the most real in terms of lyrical content, discussing the struggles of military veterans who live hard lives once they come back home, struggling with mental illness or falling into crime, drug abuse, or other tragedies of hard life. Another spoken word comedy sample about the difference between white and black people waiting for drinks at the bar closes the song. End side 2. Pardon me, sip for the working man. Sip of tea for the working man. So, all in all, not a world-changing album, but a lot of fun, a whole lot of fun. Groovy vibes, to use a tired phrase. And plenty of Madlib doing his thing. Not exactly as varied as the more recently released Sound Ancestors that I reviewed last week. That was a real varied album. A lot of different sounds and styles on there. And this kind of more stays within its own wheelhouse, but there are still a few excursions. It's still adventurous and accomplished in its own right. And, Oh No may not be the lyrical wordsmith that will drop your jaw or blow your mind, but he can ride a beat like a Cadillac. Really, in a lot of ways, this reminds me of the J-Lib album. Can't believe I was spacing on that. The J-Lib album with Madlib and J Dilla, where the two of them took turns rapping over each other's productions. And, neither of them are exactly the greatest rappers in the world, but they still made a very fun, quality hip-hop album together. And the guest features are in no way gratuitous. They don't overflow every track on the album, but they're, sprinkled throughout to great effect. So, this album, and I should show you here, this edition that I have on vinyl is a limited HHV edition, I believe limited to 500 on green vinyl. Very cool. There's another Rap Cats edition that is a double vinyl that includes the instrumentals. And also another 7-inch that has Freddie Gibbs on a track as well. But I got this one. Mostly, I would like to have gotten the Rap Cats one, but this one happened to be at the record store I work at, so I figured, well, hey, I don't have to order online. Plus, the CD that I have is a double CD set that includes both the regular album and the instrumentals. So, one way or another, I still at least have the instrumentals. I guess all I'm really missing is the 7-inch with Freddie Gibbs. But, yeah, this album, and like I mentioned earlier, I don't know how well you can see, but this is embossed. And it's actually die cut. Like, those eye holes are actually holes, and that's the record you're seeing in there. But, yeah, this is a solid record. Definitely, it wasn't, like a game changer per se. But, this is exactly what I want from Madlib. Some solid tunes for late night. It's exactly what I want. So, hopefully, you guys can comment down below and let me know if you've heard this. I guess I'm forgetting to give this a rating. I'd say heavy 6, light 7. I'm gonna probably say 6 overall, 6 out of 10. Because again, it's not revelatory, but it's great. So yeah, let me know if you've heard The Professionals. Comment below if are you familiar with Madlib? Are you familiar with his brother Oh No? Have you heard much of their work? And let's get a discussion flowing in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, and check out some of my other reviews. This has been Matthew Buckley Talks Music with Madlib and Oh No are the professionals. Music is the best.
Make all them punk-ass co-workers of yours catch the vapors as you be off and up out. You going? We fly you there. You been? We done already flew up in there.